Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Warrior 3 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Last episode we started doing our sailing around the world. We visited this village Tendaki, basically in like the south of the African continent. And we visited a place called Lancel, which is like Madagascar. And we were told to head back north to Eginbear, which is going to be where like England would be in the real world. So we stopped here at Romley to save our game, pretty close, north of Portugal is where we need to go. And we were told to go to that castle because we need to find the vase of drought. Apparently that's an item that we're going to need to somehow find the final key. How they're all connected, we don't know yet, but we do know that our quest starts here at Eginbear, so by getting that vase of drought. Now, in order to get into the castle, we're going to have to use invisibility tubes. And we were told about that back in Lancel, that middle of nowhere village, basically like I guess it would be the Madagascar island in the real world. Remember, like this Dragon Quest 3 world represents like the real world, the way things are kind of set up. So this would be like the English country. This is the historic castle of Eginbear. Yokos aren't welcome here. No sword, no shield, no service. This guy is always going to block our path. This is why we need the invisibility herbs. I got 2 of them, so I can come back here during the night to see what dialogue changes during the night. It'll be easier to visit villages now during the day and the night because we got that the lamp of darkness. So we can just light that after we visit somewhere in the day, and then see it night away. We don't have to walk around in the overworld to try to change from day to night. Does everyone just think there's a ghost if you talk with them while you're invisible? Good afternoon, country folk. This is the historic castle of Eginbear. Yeah, even though he just blocks us from getting in the castle, but once we're in the castle, he doesn't throw us out, so... Oh, being a castle guard sure is tiring. So... I guess he figures out, once you're in here, I'm not going to kick you out. Maybe he's only given the strict orders, don't let people in, but if they don't give him the strict orders that, don't let him stay. So... taking his orders literally. It said that long ago a shrine sunk into the ocean and that now there are shoals at that spot. It said that somewhere in this world is a vase that has the power to dry the ocean. What? In this castle? Incredible. It looks like a princess over there. About the water. I heard that. You're not around from around here. Another person staring into the water. The one over near the pond is the princess of this castle. That one guy in Asurum said that his brother liked to in Isha said that his brother went east, and then we were in Asurum. There was that guy who was sitting by the lake upstairs of the water, the pool in the upstairs of the building. Yes, it's nice to look at your reflection back in these days. We're just gonna head up here. The king is upstairs. We'll go talk with him. He can save our game, but we don't really need to save our game with him because we didn't really do much since we left Romley. Try not to make any careless mistakes when we meet the king. There's Chancellor. We'll talk with him. We'll also talk with him at night. In the far western seas is a new continent where the tribe of Indians called the Sioux live. I am very broad-minded king. I won't make light of thee because ye hail from the provinces. Alright. And like I said, we won't have to save with him because we didn't really do much, so... You're going to finish exploring your castle, though. We, checking out the roof here. There's a guy over here who gives a clue to a puzzle that we're about to solve to, who doesn't want to give a clue to how to solve it? But he tells you what you need to do if you, like, mess up. So, we're gonna have to make like Zelda and do a little block pushing to get the vase. Arranging the 3 boulders with the blue floor in the basement is supposed to make something happen. If you fail, you should go out of the basement and try again. So if you fail, you can fail by either like pushing a block into a corner. Blocks can only be pushed, they can't be pulled. And there's also some water tiles. You can accidentally push a block into the water and they'll just sink. So then you have to just, reset the room. And you can do that by just stepping out of the room, and magic just makes the blocks go back to where they're supposed to be. Or the boulders that you have to push. So, it's pretty obvious what you have to do when you see the puzzle, but it could be a little tricky, so I'll show the solution off. I'm gonna head downstairs to the basement where that guy kind of told us to go and see what the puzzle is. So we gotta push all those 3 boulders up into the room and put them on the blue and white, the blue floor and the like white dots. Just push up there. I gotta move around here a little bit. Remember, you can't pull a block, so you can't push that one up. You gotta push it down, and then walk around. You just gotta maneuver yourself around. I just gotta be very careful because if you're pushing the button too hard, or the control pad too hard, you might accidentally push the boulder into the water, and then of course you just have to reset the puzzle by heading up the stairs. You gotta push it really close to the water 2 times. So, it made it a little tricky like that, so sometimes your controller will get stuck when you press it too hard. And that opens up a little doorway here. I'm gonna go find the treasure, and it is the vase of drought. Now we just gotta find out where we used the vase of drought, so. But we'll get that information later. We're just gonna follow along what everyone tells us to kind of do. So it sounds like the next thing we need to do is head over to the west and go to the new continent, which is basically North America. I know that the final key is in a shrine somewhere. I'm putting all the clues together. It's in the shrine that sank into the sea. We used the vase to dry the ocean and get access to that shrine again, and then we'll have the final key. And then that'll literally open up pretty much every door for us in the game. So we want to come back here at night, use our second invisibility herb. We just get most people say the same stuff. We got we do see a new scene with a chancellor though. He gives a little bit of a clue. He basically buys our silence. Let's go see the king and princess sleep in the quarters. And the lady doesn't even care that we just walked in on the king and the princess. He's just standing there like, hey, what's up? 4 armed individuals just meander into the king's bedroom. She don't care. Maybe she doesn't like the king. Doesn't like the princess either. So, maybe she's conspiring to take the throne! Well, she's not wanting to take the throne, but somebody else is kind of wanting to take the throne. Let's go up into the throne room to see who that is. Now, for some reason that guard is walking, but he's sleeping. He's literally sleepwalking. Hey look, the Chancellor's hanging out on the king's throne. Uh-oh. This was not meant for your eyes to see. Can you keep it to yourselves? If so, I'll tell you this instead. On the shore of the continent to the west is a small field surrounded by trees. I'd go there and see what I find. Alright. That is, sounds like a good destination to go to. Because we were heading over to the west anyway, to the new lands. So now we have a destination in that continent. We won't have to visit the whole continent. Maybe this is where the Sioux Indians are. That one person said to go visit the Sioux Indians. I think it was the Chancellor in the daytime. See, even though we just walked out of the we're walking out of the castle here, and that guy just saw us in the castle, yeah, he's gonna block us from now on. So, yeah, you need an invisibility herb or the invisibility spell, which is a late game spell, to get into the castle. So before we head on to the ocean, we're gonna go find some new enemies here. We've got 3 new enemies hanging out on this island. We got the witch. We already fought the stronger version of the witch, the hag. So we fought them way long ago. We were fighting the bomb crags with the poison needle. We just had a poison needle get a critical hit there, and then Prince Ernie had a critical hit. Take out them real quick. Then we got an Inferno Knight. So these guys can do critical hits themselves. Like the thing says, 35% chance, so 1 in 3 chance basically, a little more. But the main thing is they have just some pretty high defense, because I mean they're armored. Armored knights tend to have pretty high defense, so it might take a few turns to take them out. And we finish her off. Now we just have one more enemy, new enemy to find here in this English land. So we'll just walk around a little bit. Also, some new enemies appear in the sea during the night, so... And there it is, we got the enemy right away, the Barnabas. So we'll take care of the Inferno Knight first, that way we have more time on the screen, more screen time for the Barnabas, and more room to put his stats up, a picture of him. Yeah. The Barnabas can cast Stop Spell to block your spells, but he's not that tough defensively that we won't be able to take him down. We won't have a problem taking him down with weapons. Like some enemies like these, some of the slime enemies, the marine slimes have some pretty high defense, and you want to rely on your magic to take them out, but not the Barnabas there, so the stops still don't really matter all that much. But that's all the enemies there. Now we're going to head to the west. Keep getting that graphical glitch that Prince Ernie's like head and sword appear to the far right of the screen. So here we are. We see the tip of the new continent. Let's start heading down this way here. Remember, we were told there's a plain surrounded by a bunch of trees. Check it out. So that's what we're gonna do. Check it out, and looks like there's just a small settlement here, and it's really small because there's only one building and one person here. I think I'll build a town here. Once a town is built, it will be a good thing for everyone. But I'll need some merchants. I'm not particularly, even if someone's level is low, if they become a merchant, I won't mind. So that's why at the beginning of the game, when we made our party, we made an extra merchant. Just called him Merchant. He'll be the merchant we drop off. So we're gonna have to take one of our party members back to Luis's eatery, drop them off there, and replace them with the merchant. And then with the merchant, then just head over there with the merchant and then drop them off. So the merchant was going to be eventually in our party anyway. That's why I didn't feel bad about like taking the merchant's initial equipment off and selling it. You know, to get some extra money at the beginning of the game. So, like I said, probably the best thing to do is just, you know, put the merchant in the last slot in your party because they're level 1. But in the last slot in the party, there's only 1% chance that they get targeted. So as long as you don't run into any enemies with like spells, group hitting spells, the merchant will be fine. So we're just traveling along the coast of South America here. It looks like we've got another village here, so let's check it out. And check out these new enemies, the king squids. We saw the marine slimes earlier. There's also another variant of the squid. They're not the worst squids though. They come later in the game. But there's a tentacle monster. Squids can sometimes attack. All the squid type monsters can have multiple attacks. They don't always multiple attack every time, but they have the ability to multiple attack. Being that they have, you know, 10 arms. How do you make a squid laugh? With 10 tickles! Grown. They're no laughing matter, the last version of the squid. The King Kraken. They have a lot of hit points. They can hit up to 3 times. But one good thing is they are vulnerable to instant death. We'll get an instant death spell like the Prince did in Prince of Canuck did in Dragon Warrior 2. Orfeo in our case. But we don't have that spell just yet. But we'll eventually get it. It's a pilgrim spell. So I guess they, the logic being, you know, even though most like damaging attack spells are, you know, wizard magic, I guess they figure the defeat spell, the instant death, fits with the pilgrim because they have kind of like magic of life. So you figure they'd be, I guess since they know so much about life, they probably also know about death too. And the way to cure people. Also, I guess know how to, finish them off. So, like I said, that's really good against those the king krakens, the final version of it. Big kraken monsters. Alright, let's head on into this thing. And unfortunately, we got here during the day, but that's okay. We'll just use our lamp then. The house up ahead is where the pirates live. I'd stay clear if I were you. So yeah, if you come here during the day, I thought it would still be night, but it's just basically it's dawn, basically. So they treat it as the daytime. It's going to find out that this place is pretty empty. You'll see there's a prisoner here, but we won't be able to talk with the prisoner because he doesn't wander around. Like a lot of other prisoners in jail, they wander around their cell. This guy stays put. So we're going to have to come back here later when we have the final key to unlock his cell and talk with him. See what he did. What did he do to get all the pirates angry at him? To have them lock him up. How bad do you have to be that pirates throw you in jail? Well, maybe these are good pirates. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm just going to head out. We can get some new enemies here too, so let's just wander around here. Get in a fight or two. Then we'll use our Lamp of Darkness. That's definitely going to cut down on, time spent wandering. Because everything kind of happens here at night, so. There's the blue beaks here. They're the ones that have a 1 in, I heard 2,000 chance to drop a book of Satori, an extra wisdom book. So because I like to have, that's one of the reasons why I use the goof off. Because I like to have at the end of the game, every single item in the inventory. And that includes the book. So I don't want to use the book during my playthrough. And like I said, I want to show off all the different classes the game has to offer, what they can all do. So we got a chance to see the goof off, goofing off. We get a little bit of chance for a delayed inputting a bunch of inputs to this battle, and healing Prince Ernie instead of waiting until after battle. So we can get some time to see the Kong here. See its stats, its picture. So, like those the gorilla apes by Asarum, they can also call for help. They'll call other Kongs. Not King Kong. So, yeah, it's definitely daytime here, so. Well, let's just use the Lamp of Darkness. That'll, like I said, make everything night again, and we'll, see, what's happening here at night when, at the Pirates, Cove. The Pirates' hideout. Let's head on in. A lot of stuff going to be going on here now. Notice how, we have a little bit of a space there over to the right. We'll get that there later. Let's go into the house first and talk with all the pirates. We travel the 7 seas. Oh, we're just traveling the 7 seas now too. This is the boss's room. The boss is a lady pirate. That's how, like in Pirates of the Caribbean, they voted Elizabeth Swann with the pirate lord. So if we tell her that we're not surprised that a woman's the leader pirate, she's like, I don't like flatterers, but if we tell her that we are surprised, she's like, hey, well, you should go to the south and a little bit to the west, there's an island there. We steal only from scoundrels, so yeah, that guy's blocking the door, so we can't go down at night to see the prisoner. We'll have to come back during the daytime to, if we want to talk with that guy with the final key. So those guys are doing business, they tell us to kind of scram, get lost. And Aleahan is just over to the south and west, like the Australian continent. We came across the Phantom ship because he used a sailor's thigh bone. We gave it to a man in Greenland. Should be like the island of Greenland. And they're telling us that guy says something about a Phantom ship too. So you're seeing for the orbs, come to think of it, that was among the spoils of one of our thefts. I forgot what I did with it. So we're gonna have to find looks like the sailor's thigh bone to eventually find the Phantom ship. You know how the sailor's thigh bone is and a man in Greenland. I'm sure that we're going to have to do something for him. He's not just going to give it to us. We're going to head over to the right here. I said it was kind of open. And we're going to push this block, this boulder, search underneath it, and hey, what do we find? A staircase. This is the pirate's treasure. They don't have a lot of treasure, but the treasure they have is very important. We'll be able to beat the game without it, because we find the first of the 6 orbs we need. We don't know why we need them yet, but we just need them. Apparently it allows us to travel anywhere in the world without a ship. So we got the red orb there, that's the first of 6. We didn't have to do all that much for it. That was an easy orb to get. And now we're just going to follow the pirate leader's advice and head a little to the south and to the west. Now if we head directly west, we'd end up back in Aliahan. We'll go there eventually, but since we're in the area here, we're just going to head to this little remote village. And here we have an upgraded octopus monster, the tentacle monster. So this one can, of course, attack more than once. So be careful. You might want to, right here, I end up casting the increase spell to just increase my my defense, because Sadie's kind of low on hit points there. She's in a spot that's pretty dangerous, so it takes like I think 23% of the attacks. So might as well heal her up. We'll heal her up though after battle. Well, no, she healed us up right in battle. That's good. We'll heal everybody else outside of battle then when we finish this one. Good thing Sadie and Indy can still use that parry trick though. Because we're not doing any really big, deep dungeon dives, and we're just like in the overworld where we can just work to, you know, a castle or a town to heal, don't feel the need to conserve your magic points. You see I'm using a lot of those magic spells, the tough spells, the Blazemore spell, just to defeat enemies quicker, because some of the enemies can hit pretty hard. So, and against large groups, I have no problem using the Firebane spell. But here's the village that we were told to go visit, so we'll do that in our next episode. Take care, see you then. Bye.